Welcome back to another wonderful and exciting episode of Viewswithkunle. We are still on the series Feminism, Gender Equality in the Nigeria Context. Last week, I defined what feminism is all about. It's an ideology that focuses on gender equality. No gender is superior, no gender is inferior. All gender are born equal and should enjoy equal privileges and opportunity in every sphere of life. We also look at what led to this movement, which is the patriarchal system and patriarchal culture, which is what is obtainable in most culture in the world before feminism. And we said the patriarchal culture is a male-focused and male-centered world. We'll be looking at different types of feminism, and from next week we'll be having different guests to input their opinion on feminism and gender equality in the Nigeria context. You know, last week I said people will be like, I'm a feminist, and you ask them, which school of thought? And they'll be like, well, I don't know much. So this is time to get your notebook, your pen, or probably just, jot it down in your brain like I always do sometimes. Feminism is a very broad theory, and there are different types of feminism. I will just list as many as I can, but giving little explanation, I will only give little explanation on the major and the most relatable one that is really common and that people practice. So I'm going to start with liberal feminism. Yes, the earliest form of feminism is liberal feminism, very similar to cultural feminism. In fact, I would like to put the two together, liberal and cultural feminism. We also have radical feminism. We have ecofeminism. We have Marxist and socialist feminism. We have intersectional feminism. We have psychoanalytic feminism. We have African feminism. And African feminism is a feminism that stems up from the idea of, well, feminism started from the West, Europe, and whatever you people are doing, fine, we can relate to it, but what you are practicing does not really capture reality and experiences as African women, and that is what brought about African feminism. And even African feminism have different subtypes too, and that is why I said feminism is a very broad, it's a colossal theory. And under African feminism, we have modernism, we have humanism, we have Africana humanism, we have negofeminism, we have Tiwanism. We even have some different subtypes that are not so pronounced. For instance, we have people like Bushi Emesheta saying she is a feminist with a small letter H. Wow, I think I've listed up to 10 different types of feminism. So when I say it's a broad theory, it's really a broad theory, and people practice it from different angles that they feel relates to their experience or ideology. But on this episode, I'm just going to pick the most, like I said, the most popular and the most relatable, which is number one, liberal feminism. I'm going to treat liberal feminism with cultural feminism, radical feminism, socialist and Marxist feminism. I'm going to talk on intersectional feminism a little bit, then I'm going to jump to African feminism, and on that African feminism I'll be focusing more on humanism and Tiwanism. Now let's start with liberal feminism. Liberal feminism is the earliest type of feminism, and liberal feminists seek for change, gender equality through legal and social structure. Like the name implies, liberal, they are not gra people. They are gentle about their approach. They want to talk things out. They want to discuss. They believe, they see marriage as equal partnership. Yes, if I'm going into a marriage now, we are equal partner. Me and my husband is not superior, I'm not inferior, we are equal partner. I've seen a lot of ladies parade themselves as feminism, and they still want to enjoy patriarchal privileges. It's not possible. you can't sit on the fence. Because when you say you are a feminist, even if you're a liberal feminist, that means you say bye-bye to patriarchal privileges. For instance, when liberal feminists say they are equal partners in marriage, it means everything is shared equally. Nigerian ladies and Nigerian women are more interested in domestic duty. It is not limited to him helping you to wash the plate or probably cooking sometimes, helping you change diapers. It also means you share the bills equally. Yes, or you share every bill equally. He pays 50%, you pay 50% too. When you are going on dates, there is nothing like, I've even seen some videos online where ladies will be like, hey, I'm a feminist. Hey, I went on a date, the guy didn't pay for my, and you say you are what? No, there is nothing like that. Liberal feminists see marriage as equal partnership in all sphere, including the financial sphere. There is nothing like, oh, mini, kata. Men are provider, men should be responsible for all the bills. Okay, the reason why I'm smiling is that I'm also guilty. Even though I'm a liberal feminist, I kind of like male privileges. I really want to be provided for. Another thing, liberal feminists believe in is they are not anti-structure. They don't antagonize the existing conventions, structures that are in place. For instance, religion now, most religion, Christianity, Islam that I know of, still give man the privilege to lead in marriage. And liberal feminists are not even against that. They see it as, well, so be it, Sha. Liberal feminists support abortion, and they also believe in the sexual reproductive rights of women. That is, I have right over my body. I have right over the number of kids I want to have, when I want to have it, who I want to have it with, if I don't even want to have it at all. Liberal feminists are anti-sexual violence, domestic violence. They also advocate against any form of violence against women. The major criticism against liberal feminists is they are not fighting for gender equality. Rather, they are in for gender equity, because they still measure women's success by male standard. They still want, like I said before, I am a liberal feminist, but for some reason I still want to enjoy male privileges. I still want a man, in the patriarchal sense of it, in my life, something like that. And critics, if you say gender equality, it should be gender equality. You should not want to still be under an umbrella of a man, stuff like that. So that is the major criticism against liberal feminists. Now let's move to the second type of feminism, which is radical feminism. You know what radical means? Àwọn alágídí, the stubborn one, the extremists. These one are like, we don't give a fuck. We want to dismantle all the structure, because all the structures are based on patriarchal foundation. When you're talking about religion, all these scriptures, all these are written by men, and so whatever law that is in there favor men. When you talk about politics, when you talk about the constitution, when you talk about government, radical feminists want to dismantle everything. Like, we no go agree, we no go agree, we are not in support of you. Even the nuclear family, they look at it in a skeptical eye. Who say man should be the head of the family? They are the kind of extremists. And yes, extremists. They just want to stand shoulder to shoulder with men. They stand for gender equality. They don't give room for the scenario of liberal feminists, like, okay, we still want to do peaceful protest. Let's talk this out. Let's review they want everything to change, top to bottom, turn it upside down. We are not in for this. We don't stop. Even sexually, even in sex, why will I lie down and a man will be on top of me? I can also be on top. Most people, sorry for delving into sex a bit. Most people say, okay, I enjoy, a woman riding me. that style and ideology step out from radical feminists. Why would I lie down and a man will be giving it to me when I can lie you down, humble you, and be in charge? Stuff like that. Radical feminists do not seek adjustment like liberal feminists. Like, let's adjust this rule, let's adjust this religion doctrine. They want everything to be changed. And also, radical feminists are not only interested in public sphere alone, like liberal feminism, fighting for suffrage rights, fight for women to vote and be voted for, right of women at workplace. Liberal feminism are concerned mostly about that, but radical feminists are concerned about right of women in the public space and in the private space. Even the traditional and conventional role given to women are questioned, that all of this, your convention, this is our tradition, this is our religion, this is what God said, is all embedded in patriarchy and it needs to be changed. Radical feminists also critique nuclear family, marriage, sexuality, all these marital vows. They are skeptical about almost everything and they want to deconstruct. Yes, I know my humanity students will understand. They want to deconstruct. So that we'll patch the system, almost every system, the marital system, the family system, the religious system, the government system. We purge it of patriarchy because it started and stemmed up from patriarchy. So it needs to be dismantled. They don't really want to make adjustments. Therefore, they want to break it and rebuild everything, and that is why they call them extremists. And some of their demands sometimes can be outrageous, even to me that I'm a woman. Like, aiming for you. You are aiming for too much, and you are asking for too much. But whichever way, there are people that believe and see life from that aspect, and as long as it is working for them, no problem. The major criticism against radical feminists is they are extremists. In their bid to fight against women's subjugation and marginalization, radical feminists are critiqued as being essentialist. That is, they tend to generalize everything, like as if all men are abusers and all women are victims, which is not necessarily the case. So you can't just generalize it and you can't just declare war on everybody and everything like that. So radical feminists are critiqued as being, too extreme, and most time people misconstrue them as anti-men. Another form of feminism I'll quickly brush over is ecofeminism. The word eco, you can also call it ecological feminism, and they try to compare the experience of women to nature too. The way woman generally acts like the superior being and act and treat nature, unfairly. Like it's for our good, we can just use it anyhow we want. And of course, you have been seeing the repercussion of how our irresponsibility toward nature is coming out, and the negative effect of all these, excesses, climate change, global warming, and so on and so forth. Ecological feminism tries to, interrelate the relationship between men and women to woman and nature. Another form of feminism I will also brush through on this episode is socialist and Marxist feminism. I know you'll be familiar with Marxism. Marxism has to do with class oppression. Marxist and socialist feminism see women's subjugation as is not a special or a new or a separate problem. They want to approach it and deal with it alongside other form of oppression like racial oppression, racial discrimination, class oppression. That this thing is not oppression is oppression, and mostly it stems up or it is being reinforced by economical imbalances. So they look at women's subjugation and marginalization through the economical lens. That okay, if women are economically okay, they are financially independent and strong, maybe we can reduce this women's subjugation and marginalization. The major weakness of Marxist and socialist feminism is the issue of women marginalization and subjugation is not only economical, and we have had several cases of women that are financially independent still, being unfairly treated in workplace, in public space, and in private space. So it is kind of limited, or you are kind of undermining what feminism is all about when you're looking at it only from the aspect of economics. Now, the last type of feminism I'll be treating on this episode is African feminism, and that itself is broad. Like I've said when I'm listing it out the other time, we have modernism, we have womanism, we have Africana womanism, we have nego-feminism, we have Stewanism. We even have some subtypes that are not so pronounced. We have the likes of Bushia Mesheta saying she's a feminist with a small letter F. But for this episode, we'll try to talk on womanism. Womanism, Utin, although she's not the proponent of womanism, Alice Walker is the proponent of womanism. Utin worked on Africana womanism. She has tried to differentiate what womanism is and why it is different from feminism. She said, while feminism focused on female, and when you are talking about female, it is something that is biological. When you are talking about womanism, you are talking about a woman and woman realities, marriage, husband, children. Womanism focuses on all these issues, and womanism is for African women. And you can't talk about African women without making mention of slavery and colonization. So womanism focuses on the unfair treatment of women, including or inclusive of racial discrimination. Fine. Feminism, you said women have been treated unfairly. Fine. As African women, our whole suffering is double. We have been treated unfairly, and even as African women, we still suffer from racism, racial discrimination. And we are not only focusing on unfair treatment of women alone. We are focusing on racial discrimination against our husband, against our children. It is all inclusive. And that is why womanism is different from feminism. Although Alice Walker, the proponent of womanism, have argued that feminism and womanism, their relationship is like lavender to purple. I'll quickly brush through nego-feminism, and nego-feminism in full is negotiating feminism. We don't want to fight. We don't want to agitate. In any place you find yourself as a woman, just try and negotiate your way through. We don't want to look forceful. We don't want to be aggressive. We are women, and of course, African women are known for their wit. We are known for our wit. White women, you might carry your placards, you might protest, you might declare war. We as African women, we are not declaring war. We just want to use our wit to climb up the ladder. That is what negotiating feminism is all about. And I'll be rounding this section up with Stewanism. Presently, Stewanism is just bubbling my bubble. And Stewanism is propounded by Omolara Ogundipe. And what Stewanism is all about is women marginalization and subjugation is not something in Africa history. Before slavery and colonization, African culture still gives relevance and recognition to women. We have historical, powerful African women. In fact, African women can still hold political and economical posts. For instance, in my Yoruba culture, you have women having the title of Iyaloja, Iyalode. They are famous marshals. We have some historical, powerful women like Efushetan, Aniwura, Oya. Even in some cultures, women are kings. So, women subjugation and marginalization is not so pronounced as it is right now in African culture. But we started having problems when our culture came in contact with European culture. And what colonization and slavery did was to place men at the upper strata of the social ladder and place women at the least bottom. So Stewanism stemmed from the word Stewa, an abbreviation for social transformation including women in Africa. The social transformation we need to make our country better must include women. And one of the major uh, ideology that Stewanism tried to sell that I so much key into is that this women subjugation and women marginalization that we have been talking about is something that is go back in history. Women have been told what they are and what they are not, what they are capable of and what they are not capable of. So we have come to a point that we do not only hear them, we have come to believe them, and we have come to, inherently adhere and oppose the patriarchal culture. And it's very common. Even in this 21st century, you see women say, you are passing your boundary, you are becoming too ambitious. Oh, as a woman, you can't do this. As a woman, it's not coming from men this time, it is coming from women. At workplace, in their social life, in their marital life, they have come to, stay in that space that they have been confined to. And for us to really have a true fair society, then women need to break off from that cage. That this is not your identity. It's just like a story of an elephant that has been tied to with a tiny rope to a small chair right from infanthood. The elephant will grow up to think that truly that tiny rope can help inbound to the chair. And Omolola Abudika is saying, look, woman, you need to wake up from that sleep. You need to wake up from that falsehood. You are much more than all this stuff. And feminist movement need to start addressing all these issues, all these things that women have inherently believed to be so, that, oh, you can't pursue career too much because you are a woman. You can't do this because you are a woman. You can't have a woman king. You can't have a woman governor. You can't have a woman president. We need to start asking, why is it so? Is there anything that is holding us bound? And in truth, you find out that in most of all these limitations, there is really nothing holding us bound, aside the fact that we have come to inherently believe that, the place we have been confined to is really, really our reality. So, I've mentioned several types of feminism. I've tried to brush and rush through it all. I'm being conscious of time. This is a broad topic, and I hope you can really pick one or two things from it. So I'm asking, what type of feminism do you practice? Oh, you are not saying you are a feminist, but you still want a man to pay your bill. You still want, you don't want to share the bill. You want a man to help you with housework, but you don't want to share the house bills with men. I hope by now you know the type of feminism you practice, and you are really practicing it as it ought to be practiced. Stay blessed and have a wonderful week.